Hello everyone, it's BellaDovah. At the time of recording, Paralives has been out for just 48 hours, yet there are already lots of mods and custom content available to download. I've even made one myself. I'm still keeping my game mostly vanilla for the time being so I can fairly assess what the game is truly like and be able to provide useful feedback and bug reports to the devs without mods skewing the results. However, I've picked out 5 that I consider essential must-haves already, so I want to share those with you now. Firstly, we have 2 mods affecting the map by the same author, Arrow. I was getting really quite frustrated when navigating the map. You can't see much at once, so it was hard to learn where things are in relation to each other, and also things would seemingly randomly blur and distort, making things difficult to see and it hard to look at overall. These mods, Crystal Clear Map View and Zoom Out More, resolve both of these annoyances, so I highly recommend grabbing both of those for a much more pleasant and Sims 3-esque map experience. Next, the camera was driving me crazy. It would constantly tilt and wobble unwantedly. A legendary Sims 4 mod creator, Twisted Mexi, has significantly improved this with their mod, Sensible Camera Control. It removes the automatic tilt and other constraints from the camera and adds a better range of look angles, so the camera will no longer change angle unless you actually tell it to do so. This has significantly improved the overall feel of the game for me and has alleviated a lot of frustration I was having. Now, something very unique in Paralives is the Together cards. While I'm personally a huge fan of the pie menu in The Sims, especially The Sims 2, the Together cards certainly make for something different and interesting. However, I found that the Together bar built far too slowly for my liking. Interacting with other paras took a really long time, and if you haven't got all day, you don't actually get to use many cards in a conversation. That's where this next mod comes in, Faster Together cards by Aravia. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. This doubles the speed at which the Together bar builds, so you can select Together cards sooner and use more in a conversation than you could previously. Note that just today an alternative version of this was released called Even Faster Together cards, which allow me to learn that the default time for the bar to fill is 20 in-game minutes, so the mod I'm using reduces it to 10 and the new one reduces it further to just 5. I think the 10-minute one feels right for me at the moment, so that's the one I still recommend. You can select the next card very soon after choosing one, and it only makes sense that they actually spend some time talking about the card that you've selected. But if you still find it too slow, just know that there's an alternative available. My last must-have mod is my very own. I've literally just uploaded it before recording after testing it yesterday. My regular viewers know that Sims 2 is my favourite game of all time, and it's what the majority of my content is and will be based on. And one of my favourite things about The Sims 2 is the wants and fears system. Wants are always present in The Sims 2, so I love how The Sims always give you a direction and incentive to do something for a real reason, because they want to. Because of this, I really didn't like how the wants in Paralives are cleared when the paras go to bed each night. I hated starting each day with a lack of incentive to do anything, especially since there really isn't that much to do or reason to do anything overall. So I made a mod called Wants Don't Clear, which simply prevents the wants from resetting when paras go to sleep at night, so the wants are still available to achieve the next day. I think this gives more direction, purpose and incentive to gameplay personally. I was chatting to someone in my Discord about this, come join us by the way, and they initially said they felt like the wants clearing was similar to how the wants reroll in The Sims 2 if you haven't locked them. That's fair, but I made the argument that the maximum amount of wants are always available to the Sims in The Sims 2, and I'd compare getting a new emotion in Paralives and the option to choose a new want and delete any current ones to make space as the equivalent of the rerolling instead. I think they like the idea of my mod now. This is obviously down to personal preference, but I wanted to explain my reasoning behind it and how I'd compare it to The Sims 2. I do consider this is a must-have for myself though, as I found it's made gameplay far less dull. Oh, I've actually learned since posting my mod that you can use the pin to stop one want from being cleared at night, so that might suffice for some people and it might not be as essential as I initially thought. However, my mod allows you to keep as many wants as you currently have rather than only one, and it means you don't have to remember to pin one every day. It might be tricky to remember to do that manually all the time, especially in bigger households, so my mod effectively pins all wants automatically, so you never have to think about it again. Still very handy in my opinion. Now that's my 5 must-haves for now, but I actually have one more mod installed, so I just wanted to give it a quick mention. I haven't even tried it myself yet, but it seems really great, and that is the Invite to Current Lot mod, which adds the interaction to the phone menu called Invite to Current Lot, which pathfinds the selected parafolk to your current lot so you can invite other powers to community lots as well as your home, as currently your home is the only option. That seems like a really great idea to me, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. Alright, that's all the mods I wanted to share with you for now. You can find the links to these in the video description, as well as a link to my Paralives mod list on my website, which I'll dynamically update as I install more. Let me know what you think of Paralives so far and which mods you'll be installing. Let me know how you found this Paralives content, and if you did be interested in seeing more, whether that's more mod videos or review style videos or whatever. To summarise my thoughts so far though, I've got 9 hours logged on Steam already, and I haven't even touched the Paramaker or build mode aside from a bit of decorating. I've jumped straight into playing the pre-modes rotationally, just like how I played The Sims 2. To be honest, I'm a bit disappointed with the gameplay. I know it's a small developer in early access and that more will come for free, but I would have not expected the live mode to be quite so bare bones after like 7 years in development. I've definitely spent more supporting their Patreon on and off over the years than I paid for the game at launch, so I was hoping to get a bit more out of my investment. For a life simulation, I feel like the Paramaker and build mode were over prioritized over gameplay in my opinion, but those features do seem really well done. I'm just personally not that interested in them in comparison to gameplay. I'm trying different things out at the moment and trying to give bug reports and suggestions where I can, so I still have more I want to do, and I'll still be keeping an eye on mods for the short time being. However, this is definitely not a game I can see myself playing endlessly. There just simply isn't enough to do or depth to personality. However, so many cool mods have been released in just 48 hours. There's many more I'd be interested in trying when I'm ready to move away from an almost vanilla game, so who knows what might grab my attention. Mods are also coming out on the Nexus as well as Steam Workshop, so I'll be checking there too, but these ones so far are all from the workshop. If I'm still interested in a week or so and more mods I like have come out, I'll consider making more content, but absolutely no promises. I think I kind of need a break if I'm being honest. For my regular viewers, I have recorded a big Sims 2 mods video for the new ones released so far this year, and I intend to start the long and slow process of editing shortly. My aim is for this video to be a quick turnaround, so I hope I can get it all done today, but I'm not sure I'll have the time, and it is my birthday tomorrow, so apologies if you're seeing this several days or even a week later, but I'll do my best. I'll start rambling for now though. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more. Oh, and hi, apparently that's something we can do now. I haven't even seen it myself. I know it's only on the mobile apps, but maybe not in all regions yet. I don't know, but if it's something you can do, I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!